Well, greetings there, pipe pals. Old Holy Smoking Pipe Padre coming back at you. It's a beautiful autumnal morning. I don't know if this is recording. I just don't have much sunlight. I feel like I'm up in Lapland, the hinterlands where it's, dark for 6 months out of the year. I'm using my iPad 2 with this lavalier mic. Hopefully it's picking up. And I'm smoking my housekeeping, my Dunhill Bulldog. Got the little white dot. Okay, now some of you have been watching my videos, especially my cassock and calabash video. Thank you for your very nice comments. By the way, I wanted to say something. I try and respond to most comments. I mean, if it's just kind of like a thumbs up comment, I appreciate it, and I move on. If you ask a question, I will answer that. But I found with something's going on with YouTube. Isn't it interesting? Always some little glitch in YouTube. A few of you will make maybe a couple of comments per video, and which is fine. But this morning, I was trying to answer some comments, and I got one comment off, and then I see, they also commented again, which I thought merited another response. And then all of a sudden, I try to hit the send button, and that little encryption thing comes up, and I entered the code and type it in and hit send. And the last 2 times I did that, it just kind of went off into the Ethernet somewhere, and I don't think you got the message. And then I went back looking for the original post and couldn't find it. And plus, sometimes I'm sure we all experience this, the bandwidth gets all clogged up for some reason, and it's just awfully slow. So thanks for commenting. I just want to say that to everybody who comments. Many of you say some really kind things about my Occitan ramblings. And sometimes you have some interesting insights that you'd like to add, and I really appreciate that. Well, this is just wanted to make a video this morning. It's a beautiful autumnal morning here in Elk Grove, California. And I'm smoking some Stonehaven in my Dunhill Bulldog. And I have to tell you, as you know, I love meerschaums and clay pipes. I think they give a little bit more, especially when you're trying something for the first time. I think it really, I guess for the most part, the meerschaums and the clay pipes somehow don't have quite the same problem with ghosting as a briar. And so I loaded a couple of the Stonehaven Flakes in here. I did an accordion style this time. Literally just, fold, 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 and into the bowl she goes. And I'll be darned. One thing about a flake, it just stays lit for the most part. Just a minimal requirement on your part just to kind of keep it going, a little bellows action every now and then. And Bob's your uncle, Sally's your aunt. A little cup of winter blend coffee here. And I'm just enjoying the morning. I was going to go to breakfast. And then I said, I got some chicken pot pie from last night. I'll just heat that up and just make a video. So anyway, I got a comment from somebody saying, and I understand this, so I'm not making fun of the individual who asked the question. They seemed a little frustrated, I guess, with my comments on Stonehaven, the Calabash and Cassock video. And they said, I got to be honest. I've tried all these different tobaccos, and I can't taste anything. And I would say, if you're new to pipe smoking, and you like pipe smoking, I mean, there's a lot of things to like about pipe smoking, and I think I kind of came for the mystique of the pipe, when I was young, a long, long time ago. But I stay because I really do enjoy the tobacco flavors that I discover in different blends. Hello, Eleanor. And I think you have to remember something that helped me finally. Is that the flavors in pipe smoke are not really equivalent with food flavors or beverage flavors, for the most part. And so if you're new and you're kind of like going, well, I don't taste what these people are tasting. All I taste is smoke. Well, join the club. But eventually, you're going to be able to discern that the unique flavors that you find in a tobacco smoke, pipe smoke, are subtle but very real. I think part of the allure for us older pipe smokers is trying to discern those subtle harmonic overtones, if you will, in the smoke. Whether it's a sweetness, a spiciness, whatever flavors that you're looking for. They are there, but you have to be patient. And I remember when I was young, and I would try all these different flavored blends, apple, pipe tobacco, and all those other heavily cased tobaccos. And I think I discovered that sweetness was one of the things I could detect early on. But because, I'd put the pipe down for, maybe a period of time, and then when I'd pick it back up again after, say, maybe even a month or two, and I know Dunhill Man UK is going, no, they're meant for smoking, not for resting. I know. I agree. You're the boy. But there is, again, a subtle art to learning how to detect. And so I think it's almost like, letting the smoke talk to you. Not trying too hard to say, well, what does this taste like? It doesn't taste like anything but smoke. Well, also there's part of the flavor comes in the form of, just, allowing some of the tobacco smoke to, smell it, as part of the tasting thing. And just being patient and enjoying it. Sometimes for me it's just nothing more than just that subtle hint of things. And every now and then you get little flavors, little hints. And there you get a little taste of a strawberry in the back there. Maybe there's a little, peaty, smoky taste. But once in a while, I can tell you this, that if you lined up a set of pipes, and let's say they had some half and half, and Pirate Cake, and Sunset Breeze, and that other mystery blend, I dare say, without a doubt, I could tell you, oh, that's half and half, or that's Pirate Cake, or that's Sunset Breeze, or that's what's another one I've been? Well, I've been that new Balkan Sobrani. But let me tell you that this Stonehaven, and this is one of the things that I think I really appreciate. Some tobaccos, they start off with certain flavors, smoke flavors. And as you progress through the bowl, some of those flavors disappear and other flavors come to the fore. I think the thing that I appreciate in this is that it seems to be, again, a consistent, from the beginning, from the first light to the last puff, incredibly cool. It smokes very cool. I mean, this is just a slow, burning, mellow tobacco. There's no harshness. I mean, I don't think you could make this a harsh smoke even if you tried. Tongue bite? What's that? But so if you're new to pipe smoking, again, I want to put a little shout out to Matches 860. John's little video on making your first video. Great little video. Check it out. Very encouraging. Because, when you share your experiences, people kind of go, oh, I remember that. I remember trying that tobacco, or I'm going to try this one, or, oh, I remember being frustrated with this concept of the hobby. But by and large, you're not looking for professional videographers, and we're not looking for people that are just going to come across as kind of entertainers. I guess I better be careful here. Being a frustrated entertainer, I guess. But just sharing your experience. That's really what it's all about. You have little sideline hobbies that you do with your pipes, that you kind of, I'm out fishing and I got a pipe. Or, one of my hobbies is I practice anesthesiology on the weekend, and I usually have a pipe when I'm doing that. Cool. We get a chance to know you. And then, you begin to build up a little repertoire of videos. And then maybe somebody says, oh, yeah, so-and-so was having that same issue, Check out his video. So, there's a richness here that and I think I said it in my very first video of it, it's just, I think, a pure tobacco flavor. Unpretentious. Without affect. And I really appreciate that. And that's not to say I don't enjoy other blends. Again, I'm kind of a wide spectrum kind of a guy. I like both English and aromatics and Balkan blends. But this is really, really good. Also, as I said earlier, I do think, and I've heard other people say it, and I agree with them, that certain pipes smoke certain tobaccos really, really well, and some pipes don't smoke them really, really well. I think if I had put this in my Peterson Bulldog, because I've smoked a lot of aromatics in it, I probably would be getting some really weird, smoke flavors. But basically, if you are looking for just a standalone kind of a tobacco, this is it. I'm really impressed. Again, a little thank you to old Bruno, the old Daily Puffer. Gave an excellent. Again, I have to say again, just a. It was just such a. I mean, that was a great video. I mean, it's you sit there and you can take notes. It was like a pipe masterclass. You know what masterclasses are. Those of you who do music know that great musicians would have master classes for young up and coming students of music, and they would kind of spend a day sharing their unique style and commenting on other people. Well, you want to do it this way, you want to phrase it this way, you want to hold the bow this way, all this kind of stuff. And so Bruno's video on Stonehaven was kind of like a master class, I thought. But it got me so intrigued to try this, and I'll be honest, if I was getting a lot of harsh fumes, and it was just kind of a very hard to keep lit pipe, and it was stinging my throat, that kind of stuff, I'd say, well, maybe to him it's great, but I'm not getting it. I'm just not getting it. Now, I will say this. I think, and don't get me wrong, I love my Dunhills. Boy, I just love them. But I think there's something about that gourd calabash that really gives you the true essence of a tobacco. And I don't know if it's because of the fact that, here it goes from the bowl right into, the shank and the stem, and it's there. But it goes into that gourd. It's kind of like a chamber. I know it helps to cool the smoke to some extent. Because if you ever look inside a gourd calabash, the little meerschaum bowl comes out. And I have to be careful with my new K. Woody, because if it's either too warm or too cold or something, that seal doesn't quite, so it's just literally sitting there. And if I was to turn it over like this and try to tap out the ashes, that little meerschaum bowl would just fall and crash and break and be gone. So I have to be really careful with that one, because I guess the gasket just doesn't quite seal when it's cold, or anyway, I can't remember which temperature it is, but it just sits there, which is nice. As long as you're holding it right, it's perfectly fine. But if you were to try to tip it over, I almost did that. But anyway, it goes into the gourd, and the gourd acts like kind of like a cooling chamber before it actually goes into the shank, stem, and onto your palate. And plus, I don't know if the gourd even acts as a filter. I don't think it does. But anyway, to me, it just seems like I get, whether I smoke Pirate Cake or whatever blend I'm trying, I really get, I think, the full force or the full uniqueness of that flavor of that tobacco in a gourd calabash meerschaum. And I think most meerschaums too, to some extent, have an ability to give you pretty much the unadulterated flavor of a tobacco you're trying for the first time. Well, my friends, I just want to sit here and enjoy this pipe. I've got a few things I got to do this morning. And then I'll be back with another video, Halloween night. Just a few days away. So thanks for watching, and I really appreciate your kind of being along for the journey. So light up your world, light up your pipe today, and have a great day. Unless you made other plans. See ya.